Atlantic liners continue to arrive bearing entrance for the great air race. This is Miss Jacqueline Cochran's Northrop plane, being lowered onto a lighter from the Olympic. It is followed by the smallest machine in the race, a Lambert monocoupe named Baby Ruth. The two planes come ashore at Hamburg, and although Miss Cochran is not with her aeroplane, the pilots of the tiny monocoupe, Mrs. Wright and Lando, have a good-natured word for the camera.
Well, Johnny, here you and Baby Ruth and myself are over here. I hope we can show them something in the way of speed after this wonderful reception they've given us.
We're going to do our best, Jack. That's all we can.
Do you recognize one of the grandest ships that ever carried the British flag? The Mauretania, Queen of the Atlantic, for a quarter of a century, sad to relate, is consigned to the shipbreakers. One of the world's most historic vessels, sold as scrap for 5% of her original cost. Her fittings and decorations are for auction, and presently she will leave Southampton forever, a hulk. Isn't this pathetic? It has its grimmer aspect also. Britain depends on her seaborne traffic for feeding her population, and 1.5 million tons of British shipping is still laid up in her home docks and rivers, and is likely to meet the same fate. During the war, over 7 million tons was sunk in 4 years. Surely it is possible for practical as well as sentimental reasons to save the Mauretania as well as the Olympic from the scrap heap. Who knows but that we may need all our shipping in the near future? Is it too late to step in and preserve these ships from destruction?
Up for the last time. The Olympic is at Southampton, her deck's empty, and for the last time the Blue Peter flutters from her masthead. The old White Star liner is sailing on her last voyage, en route for Jarrow and the shipbreakers, but there is no send-off. She had a wonderful war record, sinking 2 enemy submarines and carrying thousands of troops in safety. They called her the Old Reliable. Now her days are done, and away she goes, reliable to the last. Jarrow, which has suffered as severely as any of the depressed areas from the bitterness of unemployment, is in luck's way at last, and all along the banks of the Tyne, crowds wait to see the Olympic arrive at the end of her last voyage. The 46,000-ton liner is on her way to the shipbreaking yard and brings 18 months' work and £100,000 in wages to the hard-hit town. So the tragedy of the Olympic's last trip becomes a journey of good omen for the Tynesider.
Journey's end. After 24 years' service as a luxury liner, the Olympic makes her last voyage. 2 years ago, the great vessel was handed over to be dismantled, a godsend to many unemployed on Tyneside. And now she goes for her final demolition at Inverkeithing. Compare the pathetic hulk of today with the magnificence of the Olympic in her prime.